Hey there, Doughboy here, and I gotta say that there have been some pretty damn good horror movies to come out this year. There have also been some stinkers, which I will get to later, but this is about the top 10 horror movies that came out in 2015. And this is by no means the definitive list, but just some of my personal favorite movies to come out this year. But anyway, here are the top 10 best horror movies to come out in 2015. Number 10. Creep. A short found-footage style movie, Creep is the story of a man that finds an ad that requests someone to film, and they will be paid. This leads him to a man's house where things start off awkward, but then soon get worse. And it is discovered that something is deeply wrong with this creep. Number 9. Bone Tomahawk. Imagine Cannibal Holocaust in the Wild West, and you would have a fair assessment of Bone Tomahawk. The movie is a bit slow at first, and you will find yourself wondering if this is just a good Western movie. But then things veer off course, and it goes straight into cannibal brutality territory. Oh, and did I mention that Kurt Russell is one of the stars of this movie? No? Well, the star of kick-ass movies like Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and The Thing is in this movie. So it's worth it for that alone. Number 8. We Are Still Here. In this movie, an older couple moves into an old house, and of course, the house is haunted. But this isn't your typical haunted house movie. The ghosts are very creepy, and they aren't your typical pale white ghosts. They're something entirely different, and they will do anything from creeping outside your bedroom door to punching a hole through your chest. Number 7. Howl. This is a British werewolf movie that takes place on a passenger train that is traveling through the wilderness. The werewolves are something new. They look more human with wolf-like features, and I thought it was an interesting take on the werewolf genre. Number 6. It Follows. It Follows is pretty much about a serial killer STD. There is a force that can only pass through sex, and once it begins hunting you, it will never stop. You can do things to slow it down, like pass it on to someone else, but once it is done with them, it will always come back to you. It can take on any form, even that of someone you know, and it will always follow you. It never stops. Number 5. The Nightmare. This movie follows a group of people documentary style. They don't know each other, and they are all from different cities. They have different jobs, lead different lives, but they all have one thing in common. They all suffer from similar cases of sleep paralysis and night terrors. The things each of them experience are very similar, and it blurs the lines between what is created by the mind and what is really there. Number 4. Harbinger Down. I mentioned The Thing earlier, a 1982 horror movie about a shape-shifting alien on a remote outpost in Antarctica. It is one of my favorite movies for its amazing use of practical effects. I brought that up because that is essentially what this movie is. It is about a shape-shifting creature on board a crab ship in the middle of the Bering Sea. And just like The Thing, Harbinger Down makes great use of practical effects. There is some CG, yes, but it all works amazingly well. Plus, Lance Henriksen is in it. So put all that together and you have an awesome horror movie. Number 3. The Hallow. A couple with a baby moves into an old house in Ireland. They are immediately warned by their neighbors that they are trespassing. They don't own the land. The land is owned by the spirits in the forest. The Hallow takes Irish mythology and puts a darker spin on it, showing some horrifying creatures and some of the scariest fungus I have ever seen. Number 2. Deathgasm. Do you like metal music? Do you like Evil Dead? If the answer to either of those questions is yes, then you should definitely check out Deathgasm. In this movie, a group of high school friends form a metal band called Deathgasm. The band consists of 2 metalheads and 2 D&D nerds. They come across some old sheet music with some Latin written on it, and they play it. Turns out that the song is meant to summon demons onto the earth. These demons possess people and turn them into deadite-like monstrosities. And together, the friends have to fight off evil to save humanity. This movie is super gory, super funny, and super fun. You should definitely check it out. Now, before I get to number 1, I would like to give some honorable mentions. And now, the number 1 horror movie of 2015. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I don't care. The number 1 horror movie of 2015 is The Final Girls. This movie is an awesome love letter to old school 80s slasher movies like Friday the 13th. It isn't super gory or anything, but it is extremely funny, and they play on all of the 80s slasher tropes. The slasher subgenre is my favorite kind of horror movie, and it shows with this pick. If you love 80s slashers, you will also love this movie, where a girl is pulled into a horror movie along with her friends, and in this movie her deceased mother played one of the victims of the killer. So while they are fighting for their lives and geeking out over being in a horror movie, the girl is bonding with the mother that she missed. It is an amazingly fun movie, and I highly recommend it. Do yourself a favor and go check it out. Go check out any of these movies, and I'm pretty sure you won't be disappointed. This has been Doughboy with Hardcore Academy. Have a happy new year, and peace out.